Good afternoon. Welcome to Lancaster Connects. My name is Ben, and I am broadcasting live from Gardner's Mattress and More in beautiful Lancaster County. We got a kind of an overcast day today, but we had some nice weather over the weekend. Rained a little bit. We need the rain, I guess, but at least it's not snow. I guess snow for Christmas might be nice. But, for me, like, snow needs to be after the holidays. Like, let's get through the year without snow. And then, January, February, let's get a foot of snow. It's been a while since we had a big snow there. But this is Lancaster Connects. I am flying solo today. Jeffrey is out of town, enjoying some time away from the house and away from the business, enjoying himself in Atlantic City this weekend. So I hope he's doing well. He'll be back next week. Linda, hello. Thanks for watching. As you notice, Linda is connecting from LinkedIn, which is one of the places that you can watch Lancaster Connects and everything that we've got going on here. You can also watch on LinkedIn, Lancaster Connects page and Gardner's Mattress and More pages, or actually our personal pages, Ben and Jeff. Gardner's Mattress and More Facebook page. Hello, Amy. Amy's connecting from Facebook. So our personal pages and the Gardner's Mattress and More and Lancaster Connects Facebook pages, and also YouTube, same channels there, Lancaster Connects and Gardner's Mattress and More. Commenting will win you a nice prize. Every week we are giving away some nice prizes, either a restaurant gift card to a nice local Lancaster restaurant, or less nor more cuddle swag. We've got a couple of tumblers and coffee mugs. Well, actually, that would be a lot of coffee. So whatever warm beverage you like, whether that's tea, coffee, or cold beverage, these tumblers and containers do a great job of keeping your beverage hot or cold. So again, this is Lancaster Connects. Thanks for watching. We highlight everything great about Lancaster County, whether it's a nonprofit or charitable organization. We love highlighting those businesses, shed some light on the good things that they do in Lancaster. We also like to talk to local heroes, making a difference in the Lancaster community, and then also small businesses doing the same. There's some really, really great small businesses in Lancaster County. We've got one coming up in just a few minutes here. We'll introduce Troy and talk to him about the business he is representing. But we always like to show what other businesses are doing in the county, how they are making an impact in Lancaster with families and community in Lancaster. So if that sounds like something that you'd like to be, or so if you know somebody who'd like to be highlighted, or that person is you, a charitable organization, nonprofit, local hero, or a small business making an impact in the community, let us know. LancasterConnects.com/guest. You can watch all of our past episodes. There's an episode tab at the top of the page. Watch all of our past episodes, scroll through. Again, we're on episode 75. I'm 10 behind. Almost at 65. We're on episode 75, 3/4 of the way to 100 episodes, which is kind of a cool milestone we'll get to early next year. But there's a lot of great organizations that we've highlighted over the last 2 years. We got this process started in early 2021, and we're looking forward to another year of great businesses and nonprofits and charitable organizations highlighted. So at this time, I'd like to highlight one of those organizations that we've had on the show, actually a couple different times. They're called Off the Streets. We've mentioned them a number of times. There's their logo, and you see it on the screen. They help get homeless off the streets, and they find housing for them. They help them with that housing process. They actually help them out with, I believe, their first rent payment and potentially beyond. And they also help to furnish those places. So they wonderful organization. Volunteer run. I've met a number of the volunteers. In fact, I think we have a couple pictures here. Gardeners, over the years, we've donated mattresses to Off the Streets, because obviously if you're helping to house those who might be suffering from housing insecurity, a mattress is one of those essential things that a home needs. So we have a number of mattresses that we've donated this past week. There we are. Those are all twin mattresses rolled up in those boxes. Good quality memory foam mattresses. We loaded 10 of those mattresses in their van last Friday. And yeah, Linda, we agree. They're a wonderful organization. So we donated some mattresses and box springs. We have more to donate. That trailer is almost half full of those mattresses in all sizes, twin, full, and queen. There I am with Pat, and I forget the other gentleman's name, but Pat we've known for a while. He's kind of the coordinator there to run the van around and get these mattresses into the homes where they're needed. But all month long, last month and all this month, basically for every mattress that we sell, we are donating a mattress to Off the Streets to help with those needs. So they can only take so much at one time. There's kind of a close up of the box there. It's kind of impressive that you can get a whole mattress in there, but you can. These are good quality foam mattresses, 10 inches thick, and they would be great for anybody to sleep on there. So we feel blessed to be able to donate to a charity like Off the Streets. And again, it's just amazing the kind of work that they do in the community. We've talked to a number of organizations over the last couple of years, and the numbers are kind of staggering when you really kind of step back and understand, how many people out there struggle with housing insecurity and where this need comes from. So again, we feel blessed to be able to help out. And again, just kudos to the work that Off the Streets Lancaster does. Everybody that volunteers there has been fantastic to work with and communicate with, and they are very selfless with their time and efforts there. So if you're looking for a charity support, or you feel led to volunteer and help out, they're always looking for help because all of those furniture items that they collect over time that need to get into homes, they need bodies and heavy lifters to be able to move those items into homes. So I think this is from their website, some of the people that they've helped over the years. But so if you're looking to help them out, go to lancaster.offthestreetsnow.com, and I'm sure they'd love to have you as a volunteer. I know normally they move people in on Saturday mornings, so that's a time maybe when people are off and have the ability to help out. So just wanted to shed some light on them. Great organization. If you can help them out, great. Or like them on Facebook, follow them, share their posts. I'm sure they would love that. So again, flying solo today. So the shenanigans will be light. I will highlight the Eagles win. Gotta get Jeffrey's Eagles in there. They played a dominant game yesterday, and we've mentioned the Detroit Lions too a little bit. Producer Chris in the background, he just kind of hangs out and throws some things on the screen every once in a while. But man, the Lions are 5-1 in their last 6 games. So I mean, Chris, they're in the playoff hunt. So I know you're not getting your hopes up too high because I know how that goes. But look, never know. Quite a streak they're going on right now. So yeah, there we go. That's the live from the stadium yesterday. That's from the. I don't know if they were home or not, but anyway. So we like our football here. Jeff is excited about the Eagles prospects, and of course he keeps teasing this big game in 2 weekends. They got a big game against the team down there in Texas that will remain unnamed. So we got one more show next weekend or next week, next Monday, before the end of the year, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that at that time. All right, enough of the Ben Solo shenanigans. Let's bring our guest on. We've got Troy. And Troy, I should have gotten the pronunciation of your last name before we talked. But let me try. Bruchwalski?
That's pretty darn good. Yeah, it's Bruchwalski.
Right.
It's got it.
Bruchwalski. All right. So Troy is representing Universal Athletic Club in northern Manheim Township. Troy, welcome to the show. Glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So Troy, we normally like to start our interviews talking a little bit about you. So first question, and I learned something before the show started that I think we'll highlight on because there's a little bit of a tie in here to myself. But are you from Lancaster? Did you grow up in Lancaster?
I'm not from Lancaster. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next part of this, okay. So I'll back up. So are you a Steelers fan?
Big time.
All right. So they lost yesterday.
Oh, they've lost a lot.
Yeah. They're having what you call a rough rebuilding season.
Yeah, this could be a rebuild. That's what we'll call it. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Chris, the Lions fan, knows all about rebuilding.
Rebuilding. Perpetually rebuilding. Yeah.
Yeah. So I learned before we hopped on here that you did not start out in fitness.
Correct.
Or nutrition. You are the membership advisor at Universal and also a nutrition coach, but you didn't start out in that industry. You had a more vocal path.
Very much.
Very much. So just briefly, tell us what your history there was.
Yeah. For a decade of my life, I actually was a professional theater performer. Okay. So I traveled all over the world doing like Broadway shows. Most recently, Wizard of Oz, my wife and I did right before we started. We did it in China and Saudi Arabia, and it was time to settle down. Yep. But it was a great career. It's an interesting one, but definitely ran its course in my life, ready to move to something fitness. I love fitness.
That's cool. I mean, traveling like that's got to be amazing.
It is. Yeah. My wife and I sometimes look back and say, we miss that time in our life getting to spend so much time together. And honestly, you travel. You do the show. That's it. You get to see amazing places. But like I said, it has its time limit for me at least, and I was ready to move on.
Yep. I won't ask you to sing anything, but if you want to, you
can. You never know. You never know.
What was your role in Wizard of Oz? You mentioned that one.
I was the wizard, actually.
You were the wizard. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. So my daughter, she's 13 and an 8th grader at Manheim Township Middle School, and they just they're doing Willy Wonka Jr.
Oh yeah.
So she just went through a week-long worth of tryouts and got a part. She's going to play Mr. Gosh, I can't think of whatever the father's name is. It's Mr. something.
Okay.
Charlie's father.
Got it.
Bucket, Mr. Bucket. So she's going to be.
Oh
Mr.
yeah.
So she's not. She loves to sing, but she's not in choir or anything like that. And she's so she has a singing part in this. She has a little bit of a solo with Charlie at one point, and she's a tad nervous. So if there's any advice you could pass along, that would be cool.
Hey, don't take it so seriously. That honestly, when you get nervous, you don't have to take it so seriously. Everyone messes up sometimes. Just have fun.
That's great. I will pass that along to her. Of course, the interesting tie-in is, of course, I have a music degree, as you do. So, I never went into music. I was a vocal major at Milledgeville, had a teaching degree, but never went into teaching, and that's kind of where it ended. So I haven't done anything beyond singing in the car, right? So
got it. Hey, equally as important. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe traveling Lancaster and singing in the car. That's the extent of my traveling. And
there you go.
There you go. Well, thanks for sharing. I thought that was a cool little tidbit.
Absolutely.
About you there. So you're here to talk about the Universal Athletic Club. Yeah. I think a lot of people are familiar with Universal. You're one of the biggest fitness clubs in the county, if not state, I'm guessing.
Correct. Yeah, we are annually ranked as a top 100 fitness facility in the United States of America. Awesome. It's sometimes a surprise to people that they hear that it is available to them in Lancaster County, but we're always trying to get better, and our goal is to be the best in the world.
That's awesome. How did you personally get to Universal? Did they find you? Did you find them?
I had some local connections because of my theater background, working at Lancaster Dutch Apple Dinner Theater. So I actually toured with them. They have a touring company called Apex Touring. So I've been in and out of Lancaster a lot. And I had a friend who referred me to them, and I applied while I was actually on a contract in Florida. And they contacted me, flew in and had all the interviews and everything, and was supposed to start right before COVID. COVID hit. It was
Gym shut down.
yeah, it was put on hold for a couple months, but
Yep. Are you still there, Troy?
yeah, do you still have me?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
You
sorry about
broke
that.
out for just a moment. Yeah.
Sorry
So,
about that.
I mean, that was a crazy time. We've talked to a number of people on this show, and of course, everybody dealt with some level of COVID shutdown, confusion, challenges, whatever. But a number of people who were in kind of that same boat, like ready to open up or ready to do this, and then the world shut down, and so what do? You just roll
Yep.
with it, I guess,
I
right?
worked some Sam's Club customer service, then got back into it.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, from your background to fitness, like what was that shift for you? Like, what made you turn into fitness or turn to fitness and nutrition? You're a nutrition coach there at Universal. So, what was it in your life that made that switch to pursue that as a career?
Yeah, no, it starts as a very personal journey. I think that happens for a lot of people in fitness, is
Yep.
that it was something that I personally have had success with fitness. I lost about 50 pounds, have kept it off. That it's
Wow.
something that you want to start learning about. I started training as an online trainer. I worked with a lot of my friends who were performers because physical fitness is extremely important in the arts, and you want to stay fit,
Absolutely.
you want to stay healthy. So then naturally, I just got certified as a personal trainer. I then got really interested in nutrition, got certified as a nutrition coach, and kind of went up from there. But that's really what it started as, a personal passion that has turned into something that I would like to help others do now.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So, Universal Athletic Club, maybe you can talk a little bit about the history. I know you weren't there from the beginning, but I'm sure you're very well
Yeah.
familiar with how the business started, how it came to be, where it is now, how it's grown a little bit over the years. Maybe you can share a little bit in case our listeners don't know.
Definitely. Yeah. I've heard the stories of 1994 is when it was purchased
Okay.
by our ownership now.
Yep.
And it started as a racket club. That was
Okay.
actually a tennis and racket court, and has grown and grown and grown and grown. It started out very small, and has since we added an aquatic center. We have a kids club. It has truly expanded into a fitness facility where you can find a comprehensive plan for any fitness goal you may have. So really, one of their big passions has always been giving back to the community and paying it forward. That's why it really resonated with me. As I said, it started as a personal journey, and now I want to pay it forward to others. It's the same for Universal. They love fitness. They've found fitness. They've had success in fitness, and we want everyone deserves to feel their best. So now it's about finding a solution for everyone.
That's awesome. Gardeners, we're going to start doing some advertising there. I think we've signed on with Donna. Donna's great.
Yeah, she's awesome.
We've signed on to do a year's worth of advertising there, and actually, one of the things we're going to do there is do some workshops, talking about sleep health, because it's all relative. Nutrition, fitness, and sleep. They're kind of like the legs of a three-legged stool.
Oh no, it's 100% true.
Yep. So we're gonna, but the reason I bring that up, Donna gave us a little bit of a tour, and I've been in Universal. I've personally not been a member, but that might change this upcoming year.
There you go.
But I've been in and out of there a little bit. My son has done some swim lessons there. You have a great Olympic size, I think, swimming pool.
Yep.
And he as a swimmer, he's 8. So he struggled a little bit, first handful of lessons, like he didn't want to go underwater or whatnot. But the guy he had this last time around, last spring, was fantastic. And like now my son is swimming around like a little fish. So kudos to
awesome.
I forget his name, but he was awesome. So, but we've been in and out of there a little bit, but I really didn't have an idea of the scale. I mean, you see it from the outside, you just see a bunch of buildings, but you have a downstairs, you have upstairs, you have different buildings. Donna gave us kind of a behind the scenes tour there, and I was just blown away by not only how big it is, the size of everything, but all the classrooms, all the rooms that you do special programs. It was just unbelievable to me how big it actually was.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. People are shocked when they come in. That is one of my main responsibilities. That's why I love my job, is meeting new people who they have no idea what to expect,
Right.
and walking through and starting to see their wheels start to turn, that they can see the fitness plan for them, because there's so many different options. Like you said, we have private rooms. If you don't feel like being around others, we have, as it's planned right now, a kids club. That's probably what we are most known for. How do you exercise if you don't have childcare? You have 3 kids. Like, where are they going to go? And not only do they go in there, as you see, there's tubes, there's slides, there's a zip line, and they're always being taken care of. They're being engaged. There's no electronics, and it's safe.
Cool.
Put it out of mind. There's going to be something for everybody.
See, that's awesome. This is not like you drop your kids off and there's a room where they have to go find a book and some blocks or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
This is a place that looks like, if I'm a 6-year-old kid and I'm getting dropped off here, like, I'm excited to go to Universal.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to like kicking and screaming, "Mom, don't leave me," or "Dad, don't leave me," whatever.
Yeah, and I make the joke, but it's not so much a joke. People often get fit because their child wants to go to the kids club. It's not the other way around.
Right. Right.
So that's a cool. Big element that helps people check that box. That's probably the hardest thing. And that's actually one of the first things that Rick and Mary dedicated to was families.
Yeah. So yeah, that's great. How does this work then? So like, your membership includes the ability to have childcare each time you go? Is that it? Or
Correct.
You sign up for specific times?
Yeah, there's a 2-hour limit on the kids club when you put them there, because kids, they'll get ornery after 2 hours. I put my 2-year-old in there. He's ready to go after 2 hours.
Right.
But it's simple as that. You open up a family membership. We get you scan cards so that you are attached to your child and only you can scan them in. You scan down there. It's the first thing you see when you come in the club and you go down the stairs. You drop them off and we'll page you if you need anything. We have an intercom system. We have emergency contacts on file. You really don't have to worry about anything. You scan in, they're going to be safe. They're going to have fun. And the big one is they're going to be engaged. They're not just going to be watching my son's Toy Story on my phone. Right. Yeah. They're going to be playing.
And at what age does that childcare go up to?
Yep. So they can start at 6 months old. And it goes up until they turn 12.
Okay.
And we do have paths for them after that. They can get junior certified, which is an appointment where they get taught how to be a gym member, basically, how to stay safe, use equipment, and then they could use the equipment on their own if they like.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. So, like, one of the things we like to do anytime we have a business guest on is talk about, like, and we talk about it in relation to us. Like, we compete against all kinds of big chain stores, mattress. I mean, every corner seems to have a mattress store on it. Like, and what do we do as gardeners to separate ourselves? So, this is one of many ways that Universal separates themselves from, the big Planet Fitness. And I mean, you're more familiar with them than I do, but like, they don't have childcare like this, right?
Yeah, that's a big one. I would say that is almost the number one reason where we see someone come from somewhere else is often because they either don't have childcare, or you kind of alluded to their child doesn't like the childcare, and that's a big one. And we really try to differentiate with that childcare. And another big one is guidance. We try to be the fitness facility you never have to quit. There's no reason you can move right into a different program if something's not working for you. And we will always work with you to make sure you find success.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. So you're the membership advisor there, and you were talking about, when we were talking about how big the place is, it's your responsibility to make sure that they know everything that it can do and kind of get them started on their fitness journey. So if somebody signs up, let's say I sign up in January, what does my journey look like? There's so many things to do. How do I possibly pick what might work for me or what I want to do?
Exactly. So we know how overwhelming it can be to start a fitness plan. And not only to start a fitness plan, to be on a fitness plan for your entire life. We're not looking for something short term. And as we mentioned to before, we understand that everyone deserves to feel their best. Everyone deserves to move their best and not have pain and not constantly be stuck with extra weight and stress, and sleep's a big part of it. So we meet with every individual who joins the facility and give them something called a concierge appointment. They will go through everything that we have to offer at Universal, and they will build you a customized fitness plan for your goals. That's no matter what. That's not an additional charge. It's not an additional fee. It is included in the membership. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable and that you're doing things that you enjoy, because you're 10 times more likely to succeed if you like what you're doing.
Well, that absolutely makes sense. So, I know when you walk in, you get past the counter, and you see a big gym there with all the equipment, and then there's the open gym like basketball and maybe some other things in there. And then I mentioned, and you've mentioned like all the other rooms, and like tell us about some of the other things that you do at Universal that might not be expected, or you might not see at your average Planet Fitness type of place, because I think most people think of fitness like, okay, yeah, I can run a little bit, I can do, do some weightlifting and stuff like that. And maybe you'd expect a gym where you could shoot hoops or something like that, but you do all kinds of other things.
Of course. Yeah. And you just hit on it. That's pretty common. I think some of the first questions I ask is, what are you looking to achieve? Well, like, why are you here? And that actually throws people off sometimes when you ask them that, because like, well, I'm going to go on the treadmill and do some weights. That's all you really think of as a gym. But we are known for our group fitness. We have 5 group fitness studios here. Pretty much any goal you could possibly have, there's going to be a studio and a class for it. We have yoga. We have body pump, which is weightlifting. That's what they're showing actually on the screen right now is body pump. So
I've never seen that before. So like normally you go lift weights, you're doing it by yourself. Maybe you got a buddy, a spotter, whatever. But that's an actual weightlifting class where you're being shown what to do by somebody in the front of the room, right?
Total turn your brain off. All you do is check our app. Cool. What time does that class start? All you do is show up. It's that simple. They will guide you through a 55, or depending on the high intensity, we have one called Grit that's pretty kick butt. That would be a 30-minute. But literally, you just follow along with one of our certified instructors. Everyone is certified in Les Mills, which is the class that it is. Okay. That's the brand we use. It's licensed. Okay. So you're going to get results. You don't have to think about anything. So to take it a step further, all you
Who's that?
Oh, wow. All you have to do is drop the kids off. What is that?
That's where your Broadway training comes in.
There
right?
You go. Yeah, 100%. That's what they need. A little red in the face. Yoga. Yeah, but you drop off your kids, go to a class. You could literally come here, get a killer hour-long workout. Your kids are happy, you're happy, and you didn't think about a single thing. And that's what I love about Universal.
Yeah, I love that too, because like, I've run in the past, like, done some, running around my neighborhood, I've, run a couple times a week. I try to, but as everything, it kind of is a roller coaster thing. You do it for a while, then you don't do it, and then you get back on it.
Exactly.
But, and I play some basketball a little bit, maybe once a week, but like I don't work out otherwise, and like anytime I've ever tried or gotten started, it's always like, I'll do, this a little bit, do some weightlifting, whatever. And you just stop. Like if you don't have a direction, if you don't know what you're doing, you just kind of like, all right, well, this feels lame or whatever. But like being in, having somebody in front of you and like other people around you doing the same thing, that makes a whole lot of sense. Like you would actually like continue. It would be fun as opposed to like something you're just doing by yourself.
Yeah. And you're motivated by those around you. Right. You have a class time to look forward to. There's a lot of science involved in it too, but we make sure that we worry about the science so that all you have to do is do it. Just show up. Right. That's it.
Right. That's awesome. So, Universal, probably has members of all ages. So if you have, obviously the kids aren't members, but you in the building, you have from 6 months to 12 years in the kids program in the kids care. And I'm sure you have members that are seniors and beyond. Talk a little bit about the membership and who you serve there.
Yeah, honestly, we try to serve anybody who's trying to better themselves.
Yeah.
And children are members. Actually, when
Oh,
they
okay.
join, because at 4 years old, as young as 4 years old, they can start taking Taekwondo.
Okay, that's cool.
And I know that a lot of what is talked about is on this podcast is giving back. That's extremely important to us to give back to our local community. So we have special membership tiers for, we do have silver sneakers, which is billed through the insurance. That is something where over the age of 65, we offer a complimentary membership if they have that in their supplemental insurance. As you're seeing right there, we have Taekwondo. It's a full dojo. It's not just an add-on to the membership. You could test the entire way up to black belt in our Taekwondo program.
Wow.
That alone could be $100 a month, if not more, somewhere else. That is included in the membership. We also have membership tiers we do a discounted membership for veterans.
Okay.
We have complimentary memberships for all Manheim Township first responders, police officers, ambulance, SWAT. So we're always looking to serve truly anybody who wants to get better.
And all they need to do is connect with you and say they're a first responder or they're a senior, or you'll go through the process to get them the membership that makes the most sense for them.
Correct. Just a little bit of paperwork. We get a copy of your insurance card if it is the silver sneakers, and you're good to go. And we still get all those appointments. You get a concierge appointment, you sit down with someone, and you really start your success path.
So a couple questions based on, the last couple minutes of what you were talking about there. Do you have to be a Manheim Township resident to be a member at Universal?
You do not. That is just our way of, we do have to limit the amount so we don't have someone. So we do try to serve local for that specifically. And we're located in Manheim Township. We do have a state police membership we offer.
Oh, wow.
And actually, if you're going to any events, we often give 3-month donation memberships for families of 4 just to try the facility. So we always are trying our best to get as many people into the door who want some help as we can.
That's awesome. But if you live in Millersville, let's say, you can join Universal and make the
anywhere.
Trip. Yep, that's awesome.
You could join online from Japan, wherever you are.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, so that brings up another question. Do you offer an online membership, like to join a class online, or do you have to be in person?
Over COVID, that kind of kicked that into high gear for us.
I figured yeah.
So we were streaming our silver sneakers classes. We're changing a couple things.
Yep.
We're trying to make it more user friendly because it was a rush, right? When COVID hit, it's like, what do we do?
What do we do?
Exactly. So that's always in the works. It is something that people like, and we stream them and put some recordings in the app of classes.
Okay. And then, some of these classes, you mentioned yoga. I know we've seen people on bikes, martial arts. Can anybody join those classes, or do you have to have a membership to join those classes?
You could join just for that. We always think the most bang for your buck, of course, is going to be to a member. You're going to get all the member benefits of being a member. But if you have a child who's just interested in martial arts, of course, you can just have a short-term or an ongoing martial arts membership. But we have decided that it is best to have everything available to every member for the vast majority. Like there's certain stipulations with certain training programs, but pretty much everything you're going to see on that website is included in your membership. That's because your goals are going to change. So you might not want something now, but in 5 years or heck, 6 months, it might not be working anymore and you might want to do something new. It's better to have it available to you.
Okay. Yeah. And that makes sense because when, we did swim lessons with our kids, we weren't members. We just paid to do the swim lessons. But
sure,
if we were members, we would have discounted rates to those.
So swim lessons is one of the only ones you don't. Pretty much everything else, you'll get some sort of discount as a member.
Yeah.
But actually, we have a lot of non-members who do our swim classes. So we have decided to keep those the same price, member or non-member.
Okay, that's awesome. Like I said, I can't say enough about the program that my son went through. He's now swimming like a fish, and my wife is very happy.
Awesome. I think you were probably with Cody. I think he was probably your
sounds
instructor.
right.
It seems
sounds right. Yep. Yeah. It was like Tuesdays at 5 or 5:30, something like that.
Yeah,
But
he's awesome.
he was really great. So, that's a nice segue into the people that, I mean, obviously with you being so big, you need a massive staff to be able to accommodate all the members that are there. So,
Yeah.
obviously we can't shout out everybody that's there, but maybe there's a few people you'd like to highlight, or you'd like to talk a little bit about some of the people that it takes to make this happen.
Yeah. So as we're talking about, there's so many different options here. We do meetings weekly with all the department heads. I mean, we have department of head we have a personal training department. We have a sports performance department for our youth sports performance. That's age 7 to 18. Kids that just want to get more confident, kids that want to get faster, stronger, but you can go the whole way up to being a D1 athlete. We have the aquatic center. We have kids club. So everyone, though, is constantly forward thinking. It's always trying to move forward, trying to get better, stay on top of things. How can we serve our members more? And we don't just mean new members. We want your investment in your membership to mean something that when something new comes out, it's going to be in your membership. We're going to work things and constantly being improving the product you already bought. So I would just like to highlight a big one is going to be our concierge. That's George and Lori. They sit down with all new members and help them build a plan. That is so crucial that you get those first 60 days right, because that's how you start to make it last a lifetime.
That makes sense, because like I said, in my own personal fitness journey, I know if I signed up as a member and just walked in, I'd be looking around going, I don't know what to do. I'd try something for 20 minutes and then I'd be like, all right, time to go home. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming if you try to do it on your own. So we make sure you don't have to.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Couple things related to the employees. I know you employ high school students, like some of the lifeguards and swim instructors. I know you have a lifeguard certification, so that's cool. Like you have a lot of probably Manheim Township and maybe Conestoga Valley kids that you can employ there. There's a lot of opportunities.
Oh my gosh, and they help the day-to-day facility run. It would be very difficult not to. Constantly looking for help in the cafe. They're always doing such a great job in the cafe. We have a clean team where we hire a lot of high school students. As you alluded to, the kids club. In the kids club area, we make sure we get people all their certifications so that they can be childcare. In many ways, they make the day-to-day run at Universal. And lifeguards. So we're always putting people in positions where they can grow and continue to improve themselves, as well as tremendously help us out.
That's awesome. So Chris in the background has the job opportunities there on the screen. So if somebody's listening or watching and has a kid that wants to become involved in employment, Universal sounds like a fantastic place to get that start. If you're employed there, do you get a membership or a discount on a membership?
You do. Yep. Even as a part-time employee, you do get a membership complimentary.
That's really cool.
So that alone is worth a lot. And honestly, it's I can't vouch for it enough. It's an amazing place to work.
That's great. That's great. One of the other things I mentioned, we did a kind of a behind the scenes tour with Donna there. The cleaning staff, I know the day we were there, there were some U13 kids there doing the cleaning. So it looked like Universal partnered with the U13, am I saying it right? U13 program?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a program that one of our group fitness instructors actually spearheads. It's just a way to honestly give them an activity, something that's very focus based. And that's something we're always trying to look for opportunities, how we can work with local communities and try to give back in any way that we can. That's
really great. So there's a few other things at Universal that we didn't highlight. There's some businesses within a business. Right. So there's a chiropractor there, Paul, Paul, and I forget the other gentleman. I see Paul. I've gone to Paul for the last couple months, and Paul's great. So you have chiropractic care. There's a salon. Blue Salon, I believe is what it's called, and you have
Yes.
a renewal center. Maybe you could talk a little bit about those businesses within a business.
Yeah, we tried to make it a one-stop shop, so you really don't have to worry about going somewhere else. You could, if you need a haircut, I can't attest myself, but you could, you can always book those, and it's a full salon. You can get a massage, you can get skin treatments, manicure, pedicure. As you're seeing, they do beautiful, beautiful work. We have many people who come in just for Blue Salon. That's not uncommon. They can't believe that there's this amazing salon in a gym. Is what we get that a lot. And then, of course, the chiropractor. Everybody's going to need to recover, needs a little help resetting. I think he specializes in active release. I don't know the X's and O's of it. And the Renewal Center is something that was brand new last January. We're coming up on a year, and we just had new leadership change there. Katie is now running it, Katie Cadillac, and she's killing it. I think
we met Katie.
Yeah, she's awesome. Honestly, feeling better. There's a lot of people that are more passive in their health, and they don't want to go out there and kill themselves on the fitness floor. They're looking for anti-aging. They're looking for recovery, feeling better. Oh my gosh, that has so many different options for you to really maximize your results. If you want to maximize your results, or honestly, if you don't want to do so much hard work and you do want to relax a little bit, Renewal Center can be fantastic to still get you the results there. That's all included. And there's a lot of that in the membership. We always give demos of everything. So when you sign up for a membership, you're going to get to pretty much try anything that you'd like.
That's awesome. So let's talk about that. So to get started, there's a button there on the screen that said start your free trial. What does that look like?
Yeah. So we always recommend that you would either call in or you could go online. You can request a trial or a tour. Best first stop is actually me or my colleague, Greg. We'll book an appointment for you. We'll set you up with the right membership for you. And then we'll get you scheduled with a concierge so that you can actually start your fitness journey. So the first step is you either go online to schedule an appointment or call in to schedule an appointment. That's what I would always recommend.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know, I live nearby, so I drive past Universal pretty much daily. You always have some fun messages on your new electronic board out there. But I saw something, you get the rest of the year free if you sign up now. I saw what's going on now.
Yeah, honestly, with the purchase of a membership, it's you don't pay membership dues for the rest of the year. We're always running some kind of special.
It looked like it, yeah.
And right now, that's what it is. You join, you pay our enrollment fee to get started with a fitness concierge, and then it's nothing until actually mid-January right now.
That's cool. That's cool. Do you guys normally get the boom, the New Year's resolution boom at January, February?
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
That's any gym. You're gonna get it.
Yeah. Well, and of course the benefit here is like that would be me. To go in, start it for a month or two, and then it's like, okay, I don't continue with it. But like,
right.
Your whole goal there is to keep them longer with your concierge program, making sure that your members are in programs that make sense for them and that they're getting benefit out of them. And I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah, you want to be fit for life. You don't want to be, no one says I want to be fit for 6 months, but that ends up being the result. Right. So we will work with you at that 6 month point. Come see us again. We'll do anything to help you succeed.
That's awesome. So we're wrapping up 2022. What's next for Universal in 2023? Any big things or news you can hint at or anything like that? What's next?
We're honestly, that's what I love about working here. We're always launching something new. The biggest things coming are ways to get unique interactions from more people. We found that, certain people like to do group fitness. Certain people like to work out on their own. Certain people like to do this. So we're trying to find more things that work for everybody. And we're starting to get some clever new things that you can interact with. And you can work with a guided coach, but you don't necessarily have to jump into a group fitness class. So there's a little more flexibility. Not to give too much detail into it, but it's going to be a guided workout that you could go in, have an amazing fitness experience, get a 45-minute killer workout, and you could have talked to no one. You could have come with 3 of your friends. It could have been 100 people in there with you. So it gives you some flexibility. It's very interesting. I'm excited to see it.
Virtual reality based, maybe?
Honestly, pretty darn close. Starting to look into that space.
That's cool. That's really cool. That wave of the future, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yep. I know when we did our, again, behind the scenes tour, we walked past a room where there was a bunch of people on bikes and there was a big video screen ahead, and they were traveling somewhere, like they were traveling through the countryside. Kind of like a Peloton sort of thing, maybe.
We just got that, and I am not a group fitness guy. Me personally, I shouldn't say that because that is our big thing is group fitness. But I like to work out on my own. We just got something called the Trip. It is an HD screen, and it's all these bikes. That's exactly what you saw. It looks like you're going up mountains, and you're going. It's like you go through the whole experience of a day, and you're all riding together in kind of a pack. It was phenomenal. I would do it again, and that's saying something because I'm not a group fitness guy. So we do have something that could engage anybody, truly.
That's cool. And you've gone through every single class and thing offered there pretty much, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You have to when you're hired. It's a big part of our mission.
That's cool. That's really cool. Well, anything else you'd like to share about Universal Athletic Club?
No, just to kind of reiterate all of what we've talked about, I know personally too, how frustrating it can be to not hit your fitness goals, and it's overwhelming, and you got responsibilities with work, you have responsibilities with your family and your kids and your church, and maybe you give back to your community. You need someone to help take care of you. And that's what we are here for. That's what we're passionate about. And we would love to help you find what is going to make you feel better and what's going to make you successful forever.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know myself, I'll be there tomorrow afternoon. I got a chiropractor appointment. So maybe we'll pass in the hall.
I'll see you there. Yeah. I'll be here.
Cool. Well, we'll roll into Connection Cocktail, get to know Troy a little bit better. I feel like we know Troy pretty well. We know, he was a Broadway performer and was the Wizard. So right. I feel like we don't know everything
that's
about
all you need to know.
That's all we need to know. So, how long have you been in Lancaster then?
We moved here in February of 2020.
2020. Okay. So in your short time here, what is your favorite thing to do in Lancaster County?
My favorite thing has definitely been, shout out one of our community partners, Barnstormers. I love going to watch the Barnstormers. That's what we did on my birthday this year, actually.
Very cool. We had the Barnstormers on last episode, last Monday.
Oh, awesome.
And the Christmas shows and things that they've got going on, kind of much like Universal, you've got so much that you offer the community. The stadium and the owners behind the stadium. I mean, that is a community hub. You got the baseball, which is cool. They won the championship this year, so that's cool. But like everything else that they do, they are really a community hub and do all kinds of things that I think a lot of people don't even realize everything that they do. It's not just a baseball stadium. It's a hub where the community can benefit from. So
it's phenomenal. We love it. Yeah. We love working with them.
Yep. That's awesome. So question number 2, what annual event in Lancaster do you like to go to? Is there something that you look forward to every year?
Yeah, this actually is a big one. It's Lancaster County, it's Lidditz, but we go to there. Yeah. My wife and I live in the borough there, and we go to the Lidditz tree lighting every year. Well, 2 years in a row, and we absolutely love it.
Yeah. Lidditz is great. I live kind of I'm just south of the airport, so I'm kind of like halfway between Lidditz and Lancaster. So it's cool. I can kind of go either way depending on what we're doing. But I find myself going to Lidditz a lot more than I do Lancaster City. There's so much to do in Lidditz.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal how much there is in such a small little space. Yep. But like I said, we live right probably half a mile from the downtown area. So we spend a lot of time. We love that tree lighting. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool. I feel like I'm cheating a little bit when I do my Christmas shopping for my wife, because she prioritizes local, shopping local, which is great. Everybody should do that. And like handmade stuff, locally made stuff, all of that. And like I can park on a street in Lidditz, go
Get
up
everything.
one side,
Yep.
around the corner, go down the other side, and I'm done. It's like every shop is a locally owned with locally made stuff, and it's like, again, I feel like I'm cheating, but it's like I can get all my Christmas shopping.
It's so easy.
One visit there.
My wife and I did that last Friday. We went, we parked, we walked up and down, and got everything done.
Yep, that's great. Okay, last question. So you probably have the opportunity to bring friends and family into town. Since you didn't grow up here, you're probably, your parents, friends, family, whatnot. So what part of Lancaster do you like to impart on them? So it could be something in Lancaster. It could just be, the vibe of Lancaster. What's the draw of Lancaster to you?
Honestly, a big one is just culture, and a big cultural thing for my family and I is food. Central Market. Central Market is a big one. People love it. My brother-in-law and my sister visit a lot, actually, and they always go and see all the Amish markets before they see us. So that is a big one.
So you're number 2 on their priority list of.
They bring us shoe fly pie. Yeah.
Now, I am a shoe fly pie connoisseur. I mean, I love shoe fly pie. Had you ever had shoe fly before you got to Lancaster?
Totally new.
Yeah.
Honestly, part of why we decided to settle here is we fell in love with the culture. It is such a unique blend of modern conveniences, and we're so close to New York City and Philly and Baltimore, but we're an Amish country, sort of. And we just absolutely love the culture and the values, and love the area. So we impart as much of the culture on people as we can.
That's great. And it's cool to, a lot of the people we talk to have been in Lancaster for, they grew up in Lancaster, they moved here 20 years ago. So it's really cool to hear somebody, coming in, 3 years ago and really feels the vibe that we have, and, understands the vibe that we have going on here. So that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely love it.
So last thing, Amy, who's commented and a longtime fan and commenter of the show, she says, you do realize that we've been singing "We're Off to See the Wizard" since this started.
Of course.
Again, we're not going to ask you to sing, but just that's we've impacted our listeners in a musical way today.
Yeah, good. Hey, and we're imparting a few different things here. Got a little fitness, got a little music.
That's right.
Got it all.
Circle of life.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being on, Troy. Thanks for sharing everything that Universal Athletic Club has going on. I'm not a member at the moment, but I think I will be very, very soon. The 44-year-old body isn't what the 25-year-old body was.
Catches up to us.
Yeah, it does. It does. So I think I'll be getting more fit in the new year.
There you go.
With the goal of not making it a short-term thing.
100%. Yep. We want to be fit for life. And thank you so much for having me.
Yep. So our listeners can check Troy and Universal out at universalathletic.club.com. Thanks so much, Troy.
Thanks.
Well, that was fun having Troy on. Next week, we don't have a guest. It's Jeff and I, but we've got a very fun, festive, that's all I'm going to say, festive episode for next Lancaster Connects. So that's the 19th of December. That'll be the last show of the year. And then we'll be back on January 2nd after the new year. So a couple things to do to wrap up the show. Again, we're Lancaster Connects podcast. Mondays at 2:00. We broadcast live from Gardner's Mattress and More. We're behind Park City Mall on Plaza Boulevard. And of course, we help people wake up happy every morning. One of the ways we do that is through sleep tips and sleep advice. We've got a book here called Sleep Better. It's been my podcast partner all episode here, stack of books called Sleep Better. We wrote the book and it is all helpful sleep tips and information. It is a physical book that we will mail for free to your home. If you'd like to impact your sleep in more ways than just beyond the mattress, obviously a new mattress we can help you out with, and that is a great way to impact your sleep positively. But there's a lot of things that you can do beyond the mattress. And one of these sleep tips I'm going to read off here is actually kind of related to fitness, what we just talked about with Troy. Sleep can help with weight control. Much promising research has revealed that sleep can play a key role in helping those who struggle with weight control. Getting the necessary amount of good quality sleep consistently will make you less prone to gain excess weight over time. Sleep helps your body's hunger controlling hormones and metabolism more balanced and regulated, or be more balanced and regulated. When you're well rested, you are more apt to choose healthy foods and have more resistance to unhealthy food choices, which will most definitely have a positive impact on your health. I just realized one of the things Troy does at Universal is he's a nutrition coach, and we actually didn't talk about that. So, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, sleep, they're all related. It's kind of like we talk about a three-legged stool, and sleep, fitness, nutrition, they're all equally as important as one another to the stool of better health and being more fit, and of course allowing your body to be more active and whatnot. So that's our sleep tip. You can get more sleep tips from our book Sleep Better. Go to gardnersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better. There it is on the screen, and you can request your free copy. We'll mail it to your house, no obligation or anything like that. And then I've got a testimonial here, kind of less of a testimonial as a thank you. So this was kind of cool, just an envelope that came in, and it looked a little different than a normal testimonial envelope. We get handwritten testimonials back to us in the mail, where people have taken the time to write out some nice things about Gardner's Mattress and More and send it in. But this was a thank you gift from Tanya, or not a thank you gift, a thank you note from Tanya in Lancaster. She says, "Thank you so much for the delicious chocolate-covered pretzels gift. They probably should have gone under the Christmas tree, but I ate and savored the last one yesterday. It is a pleasure to do business with a company who seem to appreciate their customers. These days, that seems to be a rarity, and it is much appreciated. Sincerely, Tanya." So to reiterate or to expand on what she is thanking us for, when you purchase a mattress through Gardner's, we will send actually a series of gifts in the mail, food items. So in this case, this was chocolate-covered pretzels. I believe we have chocolate-covered nuts of some kind, and also brownies that we will send out. So, we space them apart. You don't get them all at once. But depending on your purchase here, you will get some little thank you goodies in the mail. Just, little things, not something that's going to make you, gain a bunch of pounds or anything like that. But, chocolate-covered pretzels, who doesn't want a little treat there? So we appreciate Tanya's business. And I really appreciate her sending a thank you letter, thanking us for the chocolate-covered pretzels that she received. So that's it. We're going to get the Prizelator fired up, give away a tumbler or a coffee mug or restaurant gift card to a local Lancaster restaurant, $25 gift card there. Chris will press the button there. We'll get a winner here. Prizes can be collected here at Gardner's Mattress and More, 830 Plaza Boulevard in Lancaster behind Park City. There's Amy. Amy had a bunch of comments today and was singing The Wizard of Oz all afternoon. So thank you to our guests. Thank you to our faithful listeners and watchers and all your comments and whatnot. Thanks to Troy and Universal Athletic Club for being our guest. And you're welcome, Amy. Come on in and get your gift. And that's it for this episode of Lancaster Connects. We will see you for our festive episode next Monday, the 19th. Have a great week.